Hello, lovely writers, and welcome to this week's Writerly Wednesday. You may notice a little bit of a background change. It's all going to be part of a behind the scenes sort of video clip that I hope to be getting out to you soon. But let's just jump in. Today's is going to be hopefully pretty short and sweet. I had a beautiful call and a catch up with one of my dearest friends and writers, Adrea L. I'll link to some of her books below, but I definitely recommend checking them out. We had a beautiful conversation about something that I'm hyper passionate about. And it feels kind of strange, right? I do these weekly Writerly Wednesdays and I want to share new things with you. But the truth is that the more manuscripts I read, the more this particular need gets ingrained. And that need is regardless of genre or whether you are writing literary or commercial fiction or upmarket, which is the marriage between the two. The one thing that I need when I read is connection. And the only way to get that is if you show up as the writer. If we write just from here, because guess what? That's a safe place to write from. We get to have clever ideas. We can have what seems like interesting dialogue. But as a reader, if I stay up here, I don't connect. And then I kind of don't care. It doesn't matter how much time, energy, or love you've put into showing me a transformational arc. If it's not dropped down here where I feel what the character is feeling, even if I'm really bothered by the character, and I did say that last night to her, if I hate a character, I just hate them. I won't like them. That's okay. But what I want to do is really feel the characters. And if that's missing, then there's virtually nothing I can give you as the writer in terms of feedback that's going to make the manuscript better. Now, it is true that connection will depend on who's reading it, right? But if you've had multiple people push back your manuscript and say, oh, it's an interesting idea, but they didn't want to go further than the synopsis or the first 3 chapters, this may be the thing that's missing, especially if you've done the hard yards and you've done the work with editors and beta readers and you're trying to make sure that the copy itself is good and all of those things, and yet you're still getting pushback. I'm going to guess it's because you're writing from here and not from here. Or maybe we get small moments of you being in the manuscript. Now, here's one thing that came up in this conversation, and I thought it was pure magic. One thing that she said as this experienced writer is sometimes people will assume that she's the one in the book. And I talk about that too, right? I know that you're going to have a connection with the protagonist, right? You're going to be all over the book. And yet, it's not you. It is a piece of you in a snapshot of time then, but it's not you now. So one of the fears that a lot of writers have is they don't want to be vulnerable. People will think it's me. Number one, you don't have control over what people think, so let that go. Number two, great. It doesn't matter if they think it's you. Truthfully, it's probably them, because most of us just inadvertently project our own stuff, right? That's how you get 5 readers and 5 different sets of feedback and different nuances between what they like and don't like. So if I could implore one final thing from you again and again and again, and it'll probably come up in another few weeks or another couple of months, please show up emotionally in your writing. Go to the place where you sort of feel a catch in your throat or a clench in your heart, and you don't know if you should write it that way or put yourself out there. Doing it is what creates the magic of connection for the reader, and that's what takes your manuscript from, oh, that's a good idea, to, oh my God, I loved the story. That vulnerability is everything. That willingness to show up when it feels raw is everything. And You don't have to worry about what other people think, whether they think you're the main character, whether they think they are one of the supporting characters. None of that's in your control anyway. So it's best to say, oh, isn't that interesting? And then keep moving forward with your writing. Look, that's it from me today. Like I said, I hope to be sharing with you some behind the scenes stuff. I will be honest, it's been really challenging for most writers I know in the past year and a half to 2 years, right? Our energy globally is really off the rails, but I want to help you through all that. If you don't already, please hit subscribe, hit that little bell to get notified every time a new Readily Wednesday goes up. And of course, if you like this content, please hit the like button. If you hate it, I guess put the thumbs down. Either way, that's interaction and it's good and it gives me a message as well. Until next time, I hope that you give yourself some writerly time this week, that you honor yourself because you've got a story to tell. It's time to tell it. And by the way, click the link below on Adrea's books. Beautiful things. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye.